not that we like to talk. We just like to share conversations. Arrow.net, ARROE.net. We are unplugged and totally uncut with Mike Mulderrig.
Oh, just trying to wake up.
How's that going for you, man? What's your go-to juice?
I mean, black coffee, but also dealing with, other vibrant personalities. So you are waking me up already. How are you?
Very well. And I'm glad you said black coffee because, man, I can't put any junk in that stuff. I want the flavor. I want what I'm smelling.
Exactly. I want it to burn when it goes down and teach me a lesson at the same time.
Being a part of X on the Beach, I mean, I've done some research here. You filmed this a long time ago. So how does life change for you like that?
Oh, my God. Imagine it was almost 9 months ago. If I could possibly be a father at this point since that show came out. It's a lot of it's going to be interesting because you go in there and you're like, I can't wait for everybody to see that, or I hope nobody sees that. But now I don't even remember fully what happened, so it's like I get to watch it with you.
Oh my God, that's like going back through your journals because I've been a daily writer for 28 years, and when I go back there, it's entertaining to see how much of a goofball I was.
I know, and that with the stress of dealing with exes and new relationships and a bunch of tequila, I have no idea what I did.
I have to ask you, what month were you born? Because you're a very emotional person. I'm a Cancer, and I can tap into that energy that you've got.
I am a Gemini, true and true. So I am the kind of person who can be loving and sweet, but the second I get mad, it's who is this monster?
Yep. Now, are you closer to Cancer? Because I'm June 28th. What are you? So I'm really close to Gemini.
I'm May 28th.
You're a whole month away. Mm-hmm. I guess we're going to get along then today.
I hope so.
So now, when being from the Jersey Shores and stuff like that, going out to Los Angeles, my God, that's a culture shock.
Oh yeah, and everyone used to warn me, be careful of those LA people. I'm like, I'm from New Jersey. They should be afraid of me. Like, what are you talking about? I grew up right outside Manhattan. There's nothing I can't handle.
Except for the food. It changes in a very, very dramatic way. We'd go out to LA all the time, and I wouldn't use the main street restaurants. I always wanted to do the back roads so I could get some real authentic food.
Honestly, the worst part about it was I can't find a good bagel or slice of pizza for miles. It is terrible. That's why everyone here gets so skinny. Because it's not good food.
Man, you bring up pizza. That right there, that's a go-to in the morning when you're trying to wake up. Cold pizza.
I can never. Oh, my God, especially when you're a little bit hungover. Forget about it.
So are you the typical Northeasterner? Do you get your pizza and you have to fold it over while you're munching it?
Oh, absolutely. Or you get a bacon, egg, and cheese on an everything bagel, salt, pepper, ketchup. Don't waste my time.
Oh, my God. You really are from the East Coast. So now, creative people like to plan things out, and they like to stick to schedules. When you're on X's on the Beach on MTV, man, that camera is on you, and there is no second take. How do you deal with that?
You know what? The real problem starts when you forget that the cameras are there.
Uh-oh.
And you kind of just have to be yourself. Because people go on these shows and they try to be like, very aware that the cameras are on and portray this person. But we were there for a long time. After a while, you forget that they're there and you start to show your true colors. And if you try to be somebody else, especially with exes and other people in the house to call you out, it never goes well. So if this is going to work for you, you really just have to be authentic. And if, you have a wake-up call, it's a learning experience.
I can definitely understand being unapologetically yourself, especially you are filming reality TV. This is real life. Is there anything that you go back and look at and you're like, maybe I should apologize for that?
Yeah, I think on my first show I got fired for feeding a client a bread roll out of my butt. That was kind of embarrassing. I think when Lindsay Lohan looks at you and tell you that you're unredeemable, I feel like that's a pretty big wake-up call. And my grandma had to see that, so that was all fun.
As long as grandma doesn't see, we're all good.
Exactly.
So what is MikeMGTV? What is that all about?
Oh my God, I made it on mistake, but now I'm stuck with it. I made it back when I was in high school still, when screen names were cool, like AOL Instant Messengers. And now I tried to change it to my name, but somebody bought it already.
No,
I don't have the legal rights to my name, so I'm stuck with MikeMGTV. That doesn't mean anything, and everyone thinks I made it because I'm on MTV. But I made that name 10 years ago. I have no idea what it means.
see. Once again, this is part of the creative path. If you're thinking it, you better be owning it. You better put it, some sort of a stamp on it that says this is mine and nobody's going to get it.
You know what? When you have a child, first thing you do is you get their @ on Instagram with their full name. That is it. It's 2022.
I think the one from Sheena from Vanderpump Rules, her daughter has more followers than her now.
I'm sure she does, and Sheena's actually a fun person, but she's marketing savvy. That's why she is who she is.
Have you found yourself becoming that? Because you've got to be ahead of the game so far that people kind of look at you going, I don't know where you're going. I'll follow you, but because I see you, Mike, as this huge influencer.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't even see that for myself, but I feel like if you do see yourself as an influencer, you're a terrible person.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean?
Everything
Like,
you influence,
I don't know what
you is an influence. So, I mean, whether it be good or bad.
I'm an anti-influencer. I kind of I'm doing these crazy shows, going on with my exes, making a complete fool of myself. I do the same thing on my other platforms. I kind of am the kind of influencer where I show you what not to do, how not to handle the situation, so you could learn from me instead of doing my mistakes.
So now, what's a lesson that you've learned from Andy Cohen? Because he's one of those people that takes a lot of chances.
Oh, my God, yeah. And I met him. We did Watch What Happens Live on my first show. And one thing I learned from Andy Cohen is that it's always really good to piggyback on the tails of rich women, rich, strong women. They always know how to lead the line because those housewives are crazy, and he is doing a great job with that.
Oh, it's so true. It's so true because not only do you learn from it, but at the same time, I mean, that's so giving, so taking. I mean, it shows the world what really goes on behind those closed doors.
Honestly, that housewife show is my favorite reality show, and that's the kind of mentality I came in with this. I wanted to either be lovable or flip a table. Let's go.
I totally agree with that. It's also one of my favorite shows. However, Andy Cohen can get right down to whatever it is. How did you handle him on Watch What Happens Lives?
He was actually really, really nice, and I didn't really have much to handle. He was just very welcoming, and he gave me a shot of 1942 tequila, and we were friends.
Yeah, he definitely runs things there, that's for sure.
Yeah, when he gets sassy in those reunions, it's awesome.
You can be creative with tequila in you, because if I have anything inside of me, I just go down. I there's nothing in me.
You know what? Sometimes I get concerned because sometimes all I need is a shot of tequila, whether it is to wake me up or handle situations or deal with situations. Sometimes I think, is this a problem? You know what I mean?
So are you a journalist? And in a way, do you keep journals? Because I mean, your story really, you're so active, and you've got to know where you've been on that map. Are you writing every day?
I'm not writing. I film a lot of video content, and that's kind of like a video diary, like where I talk about my thoughts and my feelings, and those change over time. So I guess that would be my only form of a diary, because other than that, I'm probably trying to forget. You know what I mean?
I do.
I will say I definitely keep my own personal blog, like a Snapchat. I'll film myself whatever I'm feeling, and then just save it, look at it later, put it back down. I don't write things out.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the video diary because you get to see, it's like when you get to hear your tone, inflection, the way you talk and everything, I feel like you could really recognize growth. So
that camera basically is your bathroom mirror?
It is my bathroom mirror and my therapist.
Speaking of that therapy, don't you love it the way that people have been saying that lately? Because of the lockdown, you need to have a therapist. But when you call the therapist, you're in a waiting line, or they want to do it online. And it's like, no, I need face-to-face time. Well, we don't have that, and we're just going to get crazier, Mike.
Yeah, and it never worked. I know therapy would probably be so good for me. I'm such a supporter of it, but I lied to my therapist. I tried to do it, and I was just lying to my therapist. And I was just like, this is not worth my money. I'm too unstable.
All right. When are you going to get your own special on Comedy Central? I mean, dude, you're ready for it.
You know what? Hey, I hope they're listening. Anybody out there, I'm ready.
Oh, my God. Well, what is your website where people can come and give you a lot of love?
You can find me anywhere on social media at MikeMGTV, my main YouTube channel. If you ever want a drink recommendation, I got you.
We started off with coffee, and look, we ended up with tequila. I just...
They go well together. Try it.
Dude, you got to come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you.
Thank you so much. I had a great time.
Well, you be brilliant today, okay, sir?
Thank you so much. You as well.